Hey, everybody, what's going on? We are back. I nailed that. I freaking nailed it.
You did.
Oh, my God. It's getting weird here. We are at Bits and Bytes GAC 2026. I am your host, Jonathan Taylor, JT, with BankSocial.
I am Shirley Senn with New Orleans Firemen's Federal Credit Union.
Hashtag Shirley on the street, y'all. And we have Capstone Strategic, Pure IT, NCUI Sal, BankSocial, Defense Storm and Connected, and this podcast sponsored by BankSocial. And we have our next guest on the podcast. Go ahead and say hello.
I'm Gwyneth Borden. I'm the founder and CEO of Remynt. Remynt is an outsourced digital debt collection solution with a focus on financial wellness. And your empathy, like pin is exactly what we're about.
I love it. It's so good to see you again.
You too.
It's, I think the last time, when was the last time we saw each other?
Reseda Group.
Was it Reseda Group? Oh, okay. Yeah, Detroit. Well, lovely. And welcome to GAC. Now, how many times now?
I'm a newbie.
You're a newbie.
It's
brand
my first
new.
time.
Oh, my goodness.
Not to DC, but to GAC.
I feel like she should have called us first. We could have told her what not to do. But
She's learning.
She's learning along the way. What do you think so far?
I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I love that there's so many credit unions from all over the country that
Yeah.
are here to meet with their elected membership.
Sure.
Obviously, not everybody is going to do elected visits, but the fact that you get to meet people representing all kinds of members all over the country, that you have interesting conversations,
Yeah.
and you get to learn about the problems and the pain points people are having. So many things are in common despite the geography and the credit union size.
I love that. I remember my first experience, and it was like, wow. Like, you just have no scope. I mean, I started at the main credit union, Link Insurance Trust, and we had, I don't know, maybe 120 credit unions at that point. Our biggest one was 300 million. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so we were in this little bubble, and we had no idea. And so it was very eye-opening for me. And so this really provides that scope. And I think it's important to know that, even though we're all over the country, very similar problems, very similar challenges. And so coming here, advocating as a group, as a whole, for the issues that are most important to us, it's such a great thing. It's such an important thing. And I would say if there's any way you can get a hike the hill in so you can experience that is such an incredible education. Like, it really, really is.
I agree. I actually started my career on Capitol Hill, so I'm
Did
very
you really?
much a big
okay,
fan.
so you've been hiking that thing.
And I've been a lobbyist in the past.
Really?
Actually. So, and I think
Okay.
it's so important because still so many Americans don't know that they can be a member of a credit union. They assume that the field of membership is only whatever the originating name or
Yep.
even the previous name was.
The SAG, whatever it was. Yep.
And so, and when I think about credit unions and the power that they have in community, the fact that they support others that larger financial institutions don't, that they are community-based and that they're people helping people, they have capped interest rates. I mean, there's an amazing story to tell. And as a fintech partner, the story I want to tell is how credit unions are leading on innovation in banking.
I appreciate that there are fintechs out there that are taking that opportunity to really focus on the small to mid-sized credit unions. For what you're doing with debt collection and so forth, what made you have that passion for going to the small credit unions?
Well, there were two things. One is that I built this company in my own experience of a very ugly thing, debt collection, and everything that was wrong with the industry. But more importantly, my husband, when I got married, was a member of a small credit union that gave him his first loan and an immigrant. And I couldn't pay his loan when we got married. It was a long, complicated process. And I was like, the credit unions provided an opportunity, yet I live in Silicon Valley, and it was hard to pay his loan. So I was like, I want to focus on credit unions because I care about financial wellness and supporting the community, and that's what credit unions are about. And so for me, from day one, there was no other sector of the financial services sector that I was most focused on.
So you have now been in the space
Just for a few years
I was
now.
going to say a couple years, right?
Yeah.
I remember you jumping on the scene, and how has the progress been? Where are you at now?
Yeah,
with
we're a
Monica?
QSO now. We actually got investment from a credit union. We'll be
Hold on.
announcing a few more investors soon.
Ooh, we like that. Another QSO born.
Yeah, and so it's
Welcome to the
amazing.
family.
Listen, credit union people are the best people,
We agree.
but they also really care about people. And I know everyone says that, and that's what the marketing campaigns say, but credit unions, I don't know of any other institutions that like train their entire staff on financial literacy that really are genuinely interested in the outcome of the people that they're serving. That in some communities, credit unions are community gathering spaces where people come and hang out and at their branch every week because that's what they do. There aren't a lot of places like that anymore, especially places you don't have to spend money. I mean, you've already spent money, I guess, but I love that credit unions are still, I think, the heart and soul of what this country's about. And too few people understand that they can be part of this.
It's a great point. One of my favorite hobbies, and I think it's Shirley's as well, is educating and hopefully converting Uber drivers to credit unions, right? We
Yes,
love doing this.
every ride.
Because we're like, okay, 20 minutes, let's go. You know, number one, it's nice to polish the pitch, right? But number two, it's so amazing. Now, Uber drivers of all walks of life, but more often than not, they're immigrants, first generation, having just come to this credit union or country. And we're trying to get to them the credit union. And what's amazing is how, I mean, just educating them about the fact that credit unions started to help immigrants. First one, French Canadian women and children in Manchester, New Hampshire, who worked in the textile mills way too long and way too young, right?
Wow.
That was the whole thing.
I just got schooled.
That's where it
St. Mary's Bank.
started. St. Mary's Bank Credit Union, shout out to Tyler White and everybody over there. And so it's like, that's where we started, right? And then you think about everything going on in the world right now.
100%.
And you think about what are some of the messages that the credit unions should really be throwing out there, is the fact that they are a safe harbor for the immigrant populations, which, by the way, we're all immigrants.
100%. And
Every
actually,
one of us.
many credit unions I talk to are really focused on helping to support I-10.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
And there are a lot of institutions that will not, but people need places to bank.
Right.
People need places to place their money and to build their dreams.
For
That's what the American dream is about.
For the listeners who don't know what I-10 is.
It is an individual taxpayer number. It means that you don't yet have a citizenship status in the United States. It could be that you're temporarily here or you're sometimes here, but you don't yet have a Social Security number is basically how that works.
But
Got
it's
it.
also a commitment for paying taxes.
100%. And most people don't understand that, right? So people have, the rhetoric is that people are often here and not paying taxes. What the truth is, you don't get anything back. You don't get any benefits if you're an I-10 holder. You don't get Social Security, any of that sort of stuff, but you pay into the system. And people do that because they're committed to this country,
Right.
and they want to be part of it.
Interesting. It's weird that doesn't get any press.
Not at all.
Press, could we work on this, please? Could we work on that? That's a huge thing. All right, so let's shift back over. Love the passion, love the story. So collections. So
Not a sexy space.
not a sexy space, but important because we are lending other members money, right? So talk about where things are at right now. Talk about the trends that you're seeing in the credit unions. You have how many credit unions now?
I have a few right now.
A few, okay. As we'd say in Maine, if you had a French accent, two tree. We got 2 tree credit unions. So you've got a few. But what are some of the trends that you're seeing in the market when it comes to that space?
A few things. Everyone is seeing an elevated auto loan delinquencies. Newly mortgage or HELOC delinquency increases. If you have student loans, that's a problem area. For credit unions specifically, indirect lending tends to be the higher delinquency area.
Indirect auto lending.
Correct. And so we see across the board that in general, members, consumers more broadly, are not feeling very confident about their finances. that most are living paycheck to paycheck.
Sure.
And they're really concerned about the future.
Yeah.
So we're in this really interesting space where everyone's like, oh, it's all great. But you're seeing the pulling back. You're seeing the different behavior. I mean, we have some credit unions that have members that have 4 accounts in delinquency, right? And and they have different lending products clearly, but that is a sign of the times. And I'm not sure where things are headed, but despite this optimism, whether it's tariffs, whether it's AI, whether it's the slowing of the economy more generally, layoffs, etc., people are much more cautious. There are a lot of people whose wages, especially middle-class Americans, whose wages are not keeping up with the cost of living. Even in the overall consumer product sector, companies like Procter & Gamble see that their customers in general are trading down. Maybe I was a Bounty, got Bounty People towels. Now I get whatever the lowest name brand is.
I see.
So things are moving in a different direction, and it's been moving that way for a while. I think there are lagging indicators in this way. We're starting to see earlier stage collections rising, right? So yes, charge-offs have been increasing or stabilizing in some instances, but the earlier stage, the under 60 days, has been growing for a lot of credit unions.
It's so interesting because I was blessed having started at the Maine Credit Union League Insurance Trust. We had incredible national trainers that would come in on lending and collections, and shout out to Ed Swanson and Brett Christensen and Rex Johnson, may he rest in peace, and these incredible folks. And they talked about the lower the score, the closer the chair, which meant that is a tighter relationship. That's a different kind of close. That's a different kind of communication. I'm curious from your standpoint, are you seeing a direct result, positive result, with the credit unions that are checking in more or maybe looking at early data from an indicator standpoint that maybe something is starting to go bad versus once it's all the way bad, you're just going through the process of repossession?
Absolutely. The people that are doing skip-a-pay, making restructuring loans, hardships, or even small dollar loans are doing much better.
Interesting.
It's interesting because we live in a time that, the other thing that we have to recognize is there's never been more online lenders than there ever has been before.
Great point.
And those online lenders will do same-day loans into your account. And when the average American doesn't have $400 for an emergency, if your car breaks down, you have an immediate need you need to take care of, and you can get a loan the same day into your account, you take advantage of that. And that's why it's great to see more credit unions taking advantage of that as an opportunity. But that also means that people are piling on high interest rate debt at a level that we've not seen previously. We've also got buy now, pay later, which some people say is a $70 billion black hole in the credit markets. I'm not saying it's all bad. I'm just saying that that's a reality because it's not reported on the credit reports.
Yeah.
But more importantly, as I mentioned, the online lending and the fact that people who have an immediate need can get funds the same day is becoming an increasingly larger problem. And the fact that we don't talk about money, we make it such that it's a taboo topic. You don't want to borrow money from your family or friends or close associates. And so you can go to an online lender who will give you money instantly, sadly at interest rates sometimes as high as 900%. Then you're starting to see trends. And I think more credit unions, especially leveraging AI, are starting to get smart about what's going on with members in that way.
So if we have listeners that are wanting to learn more about Remynt and what you are doing to help credit union members, where can they go?
They can go to Get Remynt, REMYNT, like a play on the word money and mint.com. We can help you there. We are a QSO, so if you're in the credit union space, we'd love to partner with you. And we have WSEU, One Washington Financial as a partner, and we have a few more we will be announcing soon. And we are very much want to support small credit unions because we think we can make a big difference there. So
I love that. I love that. Well, Gwyneth, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thank you so much for doing the work you're doing. I'm sorry you have to work with Scott Dawkins, but that's a sidebar. It's okay. You know, that's part of the grit that you're going to, you know, really it's going to
he's good
help
human.
you.
He is. So Scott is cool people.
I love Scott. I love Scotty. Shout out to you, Dawkins. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shirley, for being part of this. And oh my God, you guys, this has been so much fun. It's the Bits and Bytes at Cuba Libre, y'all. GAC 2026. Once again, Jonathan Taylor, JT, with BankSocial QSO. BankSocial being one of the sponsors, well, the sponsor for the podcast, but one of the sponsors of tonight, along with Capstone Strategic, Pure IT, NCUI South, Defense Storm, and Connective. And I have a feeling we're going to be back next year, 2027.
See?
Hopefully. Folks, we all suffer from a crisis of awareness. So if you're thinking about somebody that needs this information, please share it out. We'll see you next time.